dear organizers and responsible person of Munol, dear Munol delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you all to Lübeck and here to Lübeck Town Hall, and I'm very happy to meet you today, online or here in person at the Town Hall. Some of you may have been here for a few years ago. Unfortunately, we are not able to hold the event in the Town Hall for 2 years by reason of COVID, the pandemic. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you again today in a small delegation here and also online via live stream. For everyone who is here for the first time today, I would like to tell you something about the building you can see behind me or here you are in present. The construction of the town hall began in 1230, shortly after the conferment of the freedom of the empire. Over the years, the town hall was changed and extended again and again. This explains the different styles and parts of the town hall. It was completed in 1308, and it's still the seat of the administration, the meeting place of the citizens and their communities and the Senate today. We are here in the audience chamber now. This hall was traditionally the courtroom of the council, in which the council met as in high court. The whole door of the Lübeck Master Tönnies Evers from 1573 has been preserved from the earlier Renaissance furnishings. It shows the reliefs of judgment of Solomon, justice and love. But now we come to this year's topics of Munol Conference. Responsible consumption and production. With the 2030 agenda and the global community has set itself 17 ambitious goals, the Sustainable Development Goals. Responsible consumption and production is one of the 17 goals. Oil, wood, fruits, vegetables and grain, we need more and more resources for a global economic process. The amount of raw materials we need to manufacture the products we want has almost doubled since 2000. In 2018, every person in Germany used average of 16 tons of raw materials, which corresponds to the weight of 11 cars. But how we can deal with the short resources of our planet in such a way that they are preserved for the future generations? This requires a profound change in our production and practices away from a throw-away culture and towards to a circular economy where we less and wasted and more towards to a circular economy where less is wanted and more and reduced and recycled. A big factor is a global climate policy. Due to the pandemic and the war in Ukraine, the topic of climate protection seems to be pushed into the background. But right now, the topic is more important than ever. Most recently, the lockdowns and the interrupt economic activity in the wake of a global COVID outbreak had helped Germany to achieve its climate goals, contrary in explanations. When the Federal Environmental Agency perceived it's the key future for the climate dampening greenhouse gas emissions for 2020 a year ago, the pandemic and it had CO2 emissions dropped sharply. This year, the trend has already turned again. According to the environmental associations, Germany missed its climate target again in 2021. They fear further setbacks for 2022 as a result of the war against the Ukraine. The new federal government has announced that its world generates significantly more energy from wind and sun and serve more electromobility and heating transactions so that Germany would become climate neutral by 2045. It's planned. But in a view of the war against the Ukraine, not only oil and gas prices are rising, there are also discussions about compensating of the lack of the Russian developments with longer coal transit times, the energy sources with a worse climate balance. It's about the time that climate protection comes first for all of us, because global warming is already clearly noticed. Therefore, the Hanseatic city of Lübeck has also spoken out in favor of achieving the climate targets not only by 2045, but by 2040. But this is a process which is necessary to achieve constant improvements and implement new ideas. And we can only do this together. That's why I am all more pleased to welcome you all here in the Hanseatic city of Lübeck, and I'm looking forward to a lively exchange with you. I wish you all a successful and exciting week. Talk to your friends and colleagues about its or past or their knowledge, or our society needs projects like Munol and people like you to discuss our future. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day in the Hanseatic city of Lübeck and stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Dear Munol participants, welcome to the 25th Anniversary Conference of 2022. My name is Lily Hauer and I'm this year's conference manager. My team and I have spent the past 12 months working to get this conference going. Uncertainty was a constant feeling throughout the planning. Will there be a 25th anniversary celebration or even a conference at all? After 2 years in which the pandemic has hit and directly impacted Munol in many ways, I was delighted to see how the conference in 2022 has continued to shape and develop, so that we can now sit here today. We are looking forward to a week full of interesting and entertaining debates, enjoyable and exciting evening events, and all in all, a memorable time. I'm overjoyed that this year can once again take place in the diverse and lively way that has always demonstrated the thriving spirit of Munol. I hope that old memories will be revived and new ones created. If I had been told a year ago that from then on I would voluntarily sit in the Munol room of our school nearly every Friday afternoon to help organizing this week, I would not have believed it. Of course, I could say how easy and relaxed the planning was. But not only I, but also my team members, Mert, Lasse, Konstantin, Ainsley and Sophia would know that this is not entirely true. However, I have to say, and I hope that the team agrees with me, despite the long hours and diligent work, it was always worthwhile to put on such a spectacular event. Even if maybe everything didn't always go 100% according to plan, I can already say how proud I am to have been a part of this incredible journey. The work has been hard, but it has paid off, and I hope that the attendees can agree with me by the end of the coming week. I'm thrilled to welcome all of the national and international guests present here in Lübeck today and wish them an exceptional time. Thank you very much.
Honorable Mr. Lindenau, esteemed Munol participants and guests, also from me, the Secretary General, welcome. Welcome to the Model United Nations of Lübeck 2022. It really is a joy being able to see you again after we couldn't meet on an international scale for such a long time. Welcome to the participants from the Netherlands, from Romania, Italy, Sweden, Poland, and Germany. Welcome to the executive team that have worked tirelessly to set up this conference and will finally be able to see the fruits of their work this week. Welcome to the teachers, without whose energy and commitment finally welcoming you all to this event wouldn't be possible. I'm honestly so excited to stand here and finally welcome over 500 participants to the 25th annual Munol session. We hope that you had a relaxed journey to Lübeck and now look forward to this week with the same excitement we do. All the work you spent, all the researching, all the writing, your position papers will now be paid off. You will now be able to put the things you learned into practice. We know that your excitement is suitable, and we also know your excitement moves along with the expectations you have to the conference, to the organization, and the executive team. But let me tell you, the expectations aren't one-sided. I know I'm not in the position to do so, but let me also propose some expectations I have from you. Tomorrow, at the opening ceremony, I expect all of you to encounter the power of Model United Nations for the first time this conference, when you see the mass of people assemble in the big hall. A little bit later, I expect the ambassadors to approach the floor worried and trembling with excitement to deliver their ambassador speech, and afterwards feeling so happy and relieved that it finally has been done. Afterwards, in your committee, I expect all of you to deliver your opening statements, feeling ready to debate but not knowing to which direction this debate would lead. In the lobbying procedures, I expect you to have sometimes fun, sometimes intense, sometimes tedious negotiations, after which you can proudly look at your own self-made resolution in anticipation of the upcoming debate. In the debate, I expect you to experience the joy and tension of rhetoric scuffles that lead to the passing or failing of a resolution with the enthusiasm from which Munol consists. And I expect the first-timers to deliver their first speech after a few days, shivering of excitement but having a feeling of achievement afterwards. I expect you all to have the best chats before and after or during the lunch, after the debate or during the lunch, with old or new friends you gained during the conference. And also, I expect you all to let loose in the evening, during the parties after the debate, and afterwards falling into your bed, shattered from the day, but looking forward to the next one. Finally, a fundamental value of Munol, more important than anything else, I expect you to have fun. I really want you to have a lot of fun and feel the warm familiarity of the Munol spirit. And this is what you will do now. Have a lot of fun in your committee, get to know the other participants, and enjoy the Munol committee evening. Thank you.